Hello and welcome to another edition of The Journey. As I've been in this financial planning and retirement planning business for 20 plus years, get a lot of questions about what do I need to do to retire? What do I need to prepare for? How do I prepare? How much do I need? All those different questions. The last couple of years, I've kind of compiled a checklist of things that I think are important as people near retirement that they should think about, should consider. It's certainly not a comprehensive list, but something that that can spur some conversation and certainly give you some ideas to help you get to where you want to go. As you can see on your screen, this is a retirement checklist that I've created, kind of a countdown of things to consider as you get closer to that retirement date. Within 5 years of retirement, we should be thinking about organizing our documents. Specifically, your retirement accounts and investment accounts that you do have out there. Secondly, we should talk about a big hot button topic is healthcare. If you're not 65 yet, how are you going to bridge those years from when you might be on an employer plan to when you are Medicare eligible, which, by the way, is 65 years old. And there are other continuation programs and certainly income qualifications for the Affordable Care Act that are available out there. The state of Minnesota, we call it MNsure. One of the biggest questions I get is, how much do I need to retire? And my question back is always, how much do you spend? And how much are you going to spend? So, using and getting a hold on and the number on what you spend and where you spend your money is a very important thing that you should work towards as you get closer to that retirement date. Because if I know how much you spend, I know how much you're going to need to live on, and then we can determine what kind of resources you have to pay for those expenses. One of the other things is kind of a punch list of large projects or purchases before you retire. Does your home need updates? Is the furnace 30 years old? Is the roof 30 years old? Window siding, all those different things that you might consider. And some people even go as far as getting a home inspection to target some of those things. Your cars, all those different things that are, usually just a normal everyday thing that you might need some extra income or cash flow to purchase those. It might be a good time to do that before you retire while you have that income flow. As we move closer to retirement, 4 years to 2 years, spend some time thinking about what you're going to do in retirement. People are active beings. You need something to do. You need something to keep you active, whether it be volunteering or grandkids or, some hobbies, but hobbies don't take up all of our 40 hours a week that we're working either. So, what are you going to do in retirement? Again, continue exploring those healthcare options as you get closer to that date. Talk to an attorney about drafting some legal documents, specifically, power of attorney, healthcare power of attorney, and think your wishes carried out if something were to happen to you. We work with our clients in continuing to discuss those income needs and expenses, and putting together an income plan. Certainly starting to protect some of the money that you've saved over the years so that it's not all at risk as you get closer to retirement. Again, work on that large project punch list. A debt reduction strategy. If you still have debt, how do we want to tackle that maybe prior to retirement? Tax strategies, I mention a lot to people that, one of my goals is to help reduce your lifetime tax bill. And what are some things that we can be doing as you get closer to retirement to do that? You might want to practice retirement. Maybe take a sabbatical, maybe, build up some vacation and take a month off or longer to see how things go. It's not for everybody right off the bat, and certainly not cold turkey. Some people also choose to work part-time in retirement. There are a lot of employers that are open to that, to people transitioning into the retirement role so that they can train somebody else, and certainly so that they have, that business has somebody they can rely on still working for them. Again, more in-depth spending audits, make sure that we're working towards that large project checklist if we're there. Social network is certainly important, especially if your social network is only your employer or your work. So, look at those networks, because the more socially active you are, typically the better your lifestyle and your quality of life is through your retirement years. Then as we're closer to retirement, within 1 year, we want to really hone in on how we're going to cover our health insurance, and then set dates to put a plan to action. Clean up your spending, finalize your income sources, talk about Social Security, pension, and any other income flows that you might have, such as, trust income or Social Security income, or, just 401k distributions. Closer to that income need, wrap up some large project punch lists. Retirement and beyond, use that social network, continue to be socially active. That's a super important thing of, like I said, your quality of life. Connect with some people you haven't had a chance to because you've been busy working. Take some trips that you've always wanted to. You've saved, you've worked. Take advantage of those things while you're still healthy and able to do that. Maybe volunteer and do something you're passionate about rather than something you have to work to do. And then continually working with us in your tax strategies, your debt reduction if that's something that you need to work on, and then continually looking at your retirement plan to make sure you're on track to still have dollars, not just when you retire, but throughout your retirement years. If you or someone you know is nearing retirement, would like a copy of this checklist, it is a free resource that we provide to our clients and certainly friends of our clients. Just go to our website, keithmyers.com, go under how we can help, and then you can see there's a pre-retirement and retirement financial checklist. Fill out the form, and we will email you a copy of the checklist so that you can work towards those retirement goals that you've been longing for all these years. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned at least a couple things, and we'll talk to you next month.